The global hype around artificial intelligence has been revived of late, and particularly the impact that it would have on the global workforce. And for a little bit more insights on that, I am now joined by Alfie Hamid, who is the Senior Manager of Global Partnerships at Cisco. Thank you so much for talking to us. Artificial intelligence has been around for quite some time, but we are seeing more conversations happening around that and the threats that it might bring to, the workspace. Talk us through where we are in that conversation around artificial intelligence.
So, when you look at ChatGPT that was released just earlier this year, and I suppose that is where that hype about how that's going to impact our jobs came about. AI has been around for years. And I always like to take people back to when the internet first came about. Right, you went to internet 1.0, 2.0, and people were saying, but people are going to lose jobs. But if you look at how it transitioned gradually, the transition was gradual. And as, technology took over new jobs, gradually you had new types of jobs coming in as well. So although certain jobs were taken away, new jobs came in place of that. But so what we had to do was make sure that we upskill people for those new jobs. The same thing is going to happen with AI now as well.
Now, Alfie, as you just said, that artificial intelligence is obviously, there's a long game to it, and it's not something that will have that impact in the immediate term. But aside from that, how do young people still start to prepare themselves for those opportunities of the future and to be able to be upskilled? And maybe talk us through what your academy is also working on in that regard.
Our youth, our youngsters, when they finish matric, they all believe they need to go to university. And you have this run on universities and there's protests because they all want to get access to it. But there's one secret that we have in South Africa that we don't tell our youth, and that is our colleges, our vocational training centers. What we've done as Cisco, we've taken that entire NetAcad portfolio of courses, Cisco Academy portfolio of courses, and we've integrated it into the national curriculum, to the extent that a student who comes out of a South African college will have much more practical IT and technology skills than a university student. And it will be much higher demand by industry than a student who comes out of a university. So my advice to our youth, you want to be employed, go to our colleges, get an education at the colleges. At a college, you're going to learn practical skills on how to put together a network, how to open a computer and fix a computer. You will get those practical skills, which is much more employable than getting a theoretical skill at a higher education institution. So that's the solution. And we've done it with the Ministry of Higher Education.
And as young people prepare themselves for these skills of the future, what role do decision makers and stakeholders play, including government and the private sector?
They need to start, firstly, marketing our colleges, making our students aware of what's available to them. And then maybe this is what we need to do as Cisco, right, as well as other companies out there. The students that we are employing from colleges, we need to have the success stories written up so that children are able to see examples of others who have been successful when going to colleges.
No, Alfie, thank you so much for those insights, and we do hope that young people were paying attention to that. Of course, that was Alfie Hamid, who is the Senior Manager of Global Partnerships at Cisco. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Midrand.